Thank you for tuning in to watch our Invest Greater Orlando launch conference. You're about to watch panel number 1, Pioneering Progress, how Central Florida is harnessing the power of technology. Enjoy.
Soccer stadium. So you thought we get the team to be a little more live. This is an awesome crowd. I want to take a moment just on behalf of the soccer clubs, Orlando City, Orlando Pride, to welcome all of you to our home. I don't know how many folks have been here for an event like this. We do, close to 75 events a year here, private like this, and obviously a lot of soccer matches. But we welcome you with open arms, and we want to say thank you to Abby and team CAA for all the work. I wish you wanted to start. Thank you for that. Thank you for all the work, and Ryan and your team behind the scenes. And thank you to all the attendees. Obviously, we had rescheduled some things. Act of God out of our control, but a great attendance, and appreciate everybody being here. The leaders that are in the room, the sponsors, events like this cannot happen without your support. We're very much excited and proud to play a small role in that, using our Interco Stadium as a way to bring community and business together as often as possible. Tony, a long-time good friend, I want to thank you for your opening remarks today. Couldn't agree with you more. And you are a great leader in our community, and appreciate everything that you do for us as a community. So thank you. So it's my honor to get to moderate for change. Put the pressure on you guys. I just get to ask questions. And Ryan, wherever you are, thank you for making it easy for me, helping out with great questions. So we'll get right into it. Obviously, we talked a little bit about the scale. Just as a reminder, the perspective of the scale from leaders across the Sunshine State are putting words into action in their respective fields. And this panel titled "How Florida's Leaders Are Harnessing Technology to Propel Growth and the Challenges Associated with Staying Ahead of the Curve." Each of our panelists shared their viewpoints on Florida's role in driving innovation across industries, and the discussion is taking place today that matters most for both our businesses and individuals. So for Opie, we get to start on left to right. Considering the wider economy in Florida, what have been some of the greatest changes that have placed organizations and businesses on a trajectory toward great innovation?
Well, we're seeing, basically, we're seeing it even in the room. There are several educational institutions here. There's a chart they put around our personal learning styles, where learning has become very individualized, very accessible. Now educational institutions are leveraging it online, certainly, so that you don't have the traditional, face-to-face, but you can supplant one with the other. I just love the idea that if you need to understand something better, there's a very quick and at times very inexpensive, certainly ROI, it even has some significant cost associated with it, to get to a place where you can learn. I think that is very significant. Sometimes when you're talking about technology, the thing that we got wrong years ago was the incredible value of employees. And even though we have technology, even though that we're still attending the Moore's Law, where it's a lot better all the time and a lot less expensive, boy, putting that money into the capital ground employees, very important, and never has it been more easier to gain that knowledge.
I think we see that every day, as well as sports and entertainment field considering to be a challenge. So, Andrew, same question for you.
Happy in peace at any time, Joe. So, no, it's in you. And so typically your 2 or 3 questions end up worrying about steady stolen material without joking. It's a great point that I actually want to build off just for a moment. So know a little bit about our organization background. We put intensive focus on 2 things. We can distill our mission now that we want to take exceptional care of our employees so they can take exceptional care of our patients and family members. And in doing so, when you reference the value we invest in the team members, I just step off the question here in just a moment. I will get there. But there's a strong belief that 2 things are happening. I think the statistics about that, right? The population is increasing in the need for medical care and only going to continue to rise. And unfortunately, right, just the population is the workforce and community niche. You don't have to be an actuary to understand that an inverse or voice, but that's not great. So how do you solve a conundrum like that, right? You can pretend it's not happening, or you can invest heavily in your people, invest heavily in your product. And ultimately, you can create new workers, so to speak. You care really well the ones you have, and you can supplement their successes with technology, right? You look at the reality of the matter. There's a lot of things you can invest in, whether it's advanced artificial intelligence, whether it's logistics around it, whether it's simplification of day-to-day tasks, and like in clicks. Where you invest in that space, you do it with the patient or the employee in mind. Ultimately, return it back. They're not seeing it as planting their job. They're not seeing it as replacing their job. It's hopefully empowering their job, in which your point creates an engaged workforce. We believe that they can behind us.
Again, then you go, next week we'll just come back the other way. They can share here. We'll go back and forth. That's exactly. We're stacking forth. Technological disruption can create growth opportunities, but also pose risk to such as cybersecurity risk, et cetera. How do your organization balance the need for innovation with the risk of staying at home in this fast-paced environment?
So I'll go first, and then we can take that. Yeah. I think part of it, I'll speak first from the position of leadership, and then I'll speak second from the position of adoption or embrace, right? I think one of the challenges of leadership, in this case, if it's technological innovation, that could really be anything, cultural change or new business direction or what it might be. Your job is to lay the groundwork well before you realize that they're actually adopting the technology, right? So you recognize the need, whether now or in the future, to have some sort of radical invention or radical innovation to say, excuse me, you have to start laying the culture there, how to change games work. You have to make it a motivating situation, what's in this for me, as opposed to what you don't need to do, you still need, right? So there's many steps ahead of taking the latest and greatest piece of technology and saying this is now our way forward. So I think that's the runway that a well-positioned leadership team would embrace. And on the adoption end, you have to realize that it's still change, right? Just because something brand new came out yesterday, I am sure that my 15-year-old son has already forgotten more audio-based technology than I know. But the reality is, when I sit down with them, do this all work on this platform that I've ever worked before, I have to say that you got to give me a little forgiveness here, right? It's my birthday of doing this. I think two organizations said, because I just studied 6 months and I got you somewhere in a locked closet. Now you have to look tomorrow to figure it out and improve your productivity. That's a disjoint, right? And now you've got a poor job of managing the overlay of all the recent technology that they did a critical jump into activity to be successful.
It's a great reminder, all this here, something grudges. When you think how the guests just sit down and live your homework with your 13-year-old in language, and you realize how much you forgot over the years. Stephen, how about you send away?
Well, new technology, early adopted technology, very, very expensive. We're local, we're a special district in the state of Florida. We're essentially a local government. They say every year for 5 years. You have to be really careful about that adoption. It's an old and overused adage that, the earlier gets the worm, that sometimes the second mouse gets the cheese. This is absolutely true in technology. Early adopters, a lot of customization. Later adopters, more towards configuration, right? We love your idea of off-the-shelf systems. The other issue that we have to go with the airport is that, we fly, going into states. So safety is a utmost concern. So we really like to have that little bit of comfort in that is worth someplace else. Now, there might be innovations that happen really need to be an early adopter. But generally, that's our model. The other thing I would say is that we still haven't gone away from the fundamental of figuring out who we are and those things that we should be doing. And it really starts with the strategic plan process, not a strategic plan project. So if you have a process where you're continually revisiting these issues, you can identify those disruptors, the potential disruptors very early on and work toward either figuring out that's something you want to adopt or not. Thinking right now about the eVTOL, electric vertical involved wind. Game change going to be issue, right? Is it, how is it going to be implemented? What's going to happen? How are we going to do it? Well, that's folded into our strategic planning process so that as we learn more, we can get progressive elaboration that, we can just.
Stephen, let's take a view on Sanford Airport. So as the airport continues to expand its role as a key transportation hub in Central Florida, how are you and your team positioning the airport to meet increasing demands of both passenger growth and evolving logistics needs. And what are the biggest challenges? And one of the biggest challenges you face in modernizing your infrastructure while maintaining operational efficiency in such a competitive market?
Exactly. This is a great question for an airport. It's a great question for maybe Stanford airport, but we're working on a lot of things. Let me take passengers first. We're going to end the year probably, our shippers out there probably take under 3 million passengers. Yeah, we're in no good invest to say when we are. We got our point to Asheville and second having that. And we're close to pre-pandemic levels. The good news is the trend is to this way, right? So it is going up. So what we did during the pandemic, 2019 to 2021, is we prepared for that post-pandemic boom, right? Spent $72 million on infrastructure. We expand our terminal. So now we have a terminal that can not only accommodate this 3 million passengers, but approximately that. And it has to go along with them. So we spent this time reinvesting. We're continuing to reinvest in that because we're right now going through and are almost finished with reskinning the passenger experience of the channel. So we reskinned and upgraded the restaurant. We got 2 new restaurants coming in, the Anxious Table. And for those of you who have been in the downtown Sanford or in the Olivex, now you can do that in the airport. So that's really, really good. Now, but we're more than that, right? We thought about cargo too. Something that touches both passengers and cargo is the Central Florida Expressway Authority's recent decision, not so recent decision, now it's in the final funding stages of providing exit right into the airport. Right? So from a cargo perspective, we've got a lot going on. For those of you that have been to the airport, we still have and driven around the airport, still a lot of land there, a lot of land for development, about 530 acres of greenfield, rare and Seminole County rare anywhere. Combine that with a rail spur to continue that intermodal that is focused on cargo. It's cargo specific rail spur. And also proximity, if you're hosted with that intermodal, we're really, really close to Space Coast. One of the things that we've noticed as in aviation is that not only are we taking up the ground, in aviation, there's a lot of congestion in the air, specifically over the Space Coast. So some of the things that we're doing, a good example of this is Airbus Beluga. You've seen the Airbus Beluga that looks like a big warehouse, looks like a beluga whale. Airbus Beluga decided to transport the almost fully assembled satellite via Airbus Beluga. What they do is they drop it into Sanford. We truck it that short way over to the Space Coast, and then they don't have to worry about congestion, that air traffic congestion, very busy over there, and we're both priced there. So we've got that going on. And kind of the third leg of that stool, it very quickly is real estate development. Like I said, 530 acres. We're looking for aerospace and high-tech manufacturing. We've got a lot of irons in the fire, but if the one is set up for ballpark team, it is somewhere up here where you can call the tech. Yeah, then you got we got one in the back, and then real lease contract with you today. So I know most of the room has been to the airport, but kudos to you considering the ease of getting around there is unbelievable. And I think this community, we're all excited about the future expansion opportunities as well. I appreciate you mentioning. So you have it's just need for that. Make sure you find Stephen after in the beginning. So and a question for you. With the healthcare landscape shifting toward value-based care, how is chapter thoughts of reimagining the patient experience beyond traditional hospice and palliative care models? And can you share any unconventional strategies or partnerships that you've implemented to address the growing demand for more holistic community-centered approaches to end-of-life care? That was a lot.
Great. Yes. We're not transporting oxygen satellites, so I had to figure out how to raise the bar down a little bit. I think it was Mark Kumaiti who said creativity is all about effectively. There's a Slavic out comment of make back to something Tony said to up your remarks. When you're invested in a community, invested in a community, right? That's the Being measured might be things like where your products, where your services, what revenue stream you create, where do you manufacture. The line might be outcomes, if you will, that a truly oriented community. So we have two things going for us that are very much. One, our employees that live, work, contribute here in our community. And our patients, ideally, we're giving our doctors to live and stay in our community, right? The definition of successful health organization, are you really truly taking better care of the patients and family who leave that think they're our employees a lot? And so when you ask the question, now we're towards value-based care, and I don't like in the industry, I know that losing force people, but the notion of simply transacting medical services for certain fees is that a long-standing staple within the medical community, right? Get a test, see the bill, get a service, get a claim, right? The reality is we're moving into the direction where it's a quality with a quantity side of return. Your healthcare should be dedicated to how the bill goes, not how much of it you get, right? And whether you're on the payer insurer side, whether you're on the provider side of the district practitioner, bedside caregiver, that should be something that resonates. Really, if you got into this for how much you can do of something, then you list it up. I think most people went to their choice to speak or how well they care for others. So that is the kind of fundamental understanding of our organization, whether it's on the innovation side, we have our own payer division, whether it's on our provider side, whether it's on the care at the bedside, or somewhere in between, intellectual capital consulting side. Our focus is always, I want the experience to be representative of how well it went, not how much that they got. Right. And so the point we get in down the rabbit hole, managed services and products, payer, all of these, I think the fundamental principle is whether you're healthcare or something else, is the end consumer and the end recipient in product something that's really better someone's lives or just transactionally doing the most of it you have. Right. I think that principle can apply anywhere you are. Go to a restaurant and rave about how many pieces of chicken they get you. You come out and say how incredible they was. Right. I think there's something that can the work baseline of human response to the consumer is driven by the quality of something that acquires. Okay.
That's great insight. Thank you. Thank you both for sharing. So in our last couple of minutes, I'm going to ask you both to pick out with the future, like futurist here, part three of our dialogue. So we'll start with you, Stephen. Looking ahead, what emerging technologies do you believe will have the most significant impacts either on your industry or more broadly speaking in the state of Florida over the next 5 years? And how are you preparing to be? And we already talked about, education. So that's a great part of that answer that what's happening in that space. But also, like I said, we have a lot of disruptors that are coming up. Autonomy is, with aviation, great, right? Not so great. But I kind of like to back it up a little bit. And even though there are a lot of technology solutions out there, and certainly we talked about that a little bit, I think that the way forward is to do a lot of the same things that all of us should have been doing, that some of us have been doing. As the medicine organizations to mark them as had. But they'll tell you right out there on that soccer field, what over and over again, because you need to focus all the time. I already mentioned that strategic planning is a process, right? That's over and over and over again. And to make sure that there's a shared understanding on all your stakeholders, where we're going, big picture, where we're going. That way you won't get out of them. And taking that down into program management and even down into project management. These frameworks, I'm not talking about the project management framework. That's how you get to a really good solution for those unique endeavors, projects that's definitely getting in, right? So it's a fundamental thing. You need to manage cost and scope and budget and quality and risk. And there are ways to do that, ways that have been proven time and time again to work. And you need to do it over and over again and an iterative process because of those disruptors, right? So that's for your unique endeavors. Also, needs to be a very big focus on process management, right? Gaining out. We are a low cost, high quality government. So our bread and butter, right now, this legion of 70 destinations that are an ultra most carrier. We need to have that carrier very sharp pencil. So those things that you're doing and that I'm doing that are growth and involve technology, sometimes it's not as much a technology solution as it is
figuring out really what needs to be done, else needs to be done, writing it down in a way that you can continue to improve it, and then including managing it. Now, biotechnology has created a really good path to being that quick. So I would say those things that you're integrating into your organization that would give very, very valid and reliable data, accurate reporting, performance management that goes up to a scorecard for a board and executives, but then drills down to the individual project, maybe even past level down there. Super important, especially on technology projects.
So, and Andrew, we'll close out here with you. Tying everything together for us today, what do you believe leaders need to be cognizant of to grow their businesses in this seemingly new era of technology, and what potentially could hold them back?
So the word fundamentals or principles or basics have been used numerous times, but I think there's an applicability that I think the foundation that a strong business is held up on. And there's my peers are out there in the healthcare space that are definitely going to blast the all for just a minute. Healthcare is not typically, as the hippest or trendiest and most early adopting kind of line of work, right? For good reason, I understand that. But I do think there's always a place for ability to challenge limitation. What is that right balance of the shiniest, newest, fanciest object in the room with the tried and true fundamentals? I'll give one practical example so it's not all hot air. Again, the second time, stealing a boat that I thought was exceptional. This gentleman, my name got a job long that restricted clinic. Probably most of you heard that term before, Stephen Clinic. The test went out. He's the head of their cybersecurity strategy. And he had said, he was getting a speech on AI. And whether we should or shouldn't use AI in our environment, right? And his statement was, if a machine can replace a human experience, then maybe it should. Before it was like, right? Asked. He kind of let it hang there, just provide my awe of effect. And he said, but hear me out where it freaks out. If a computer can if the human performing the task is so rote, so mechanical, so methodical, so without personality, but it do it, maybe it should. What it can't replace compassion, empathy, connectedness, the art form that only a person can do. Right. So this notion of technological adaptation, technological innovation, I think the leadership in the room is challenged, taking that Venn diagram of what is the newest, shiny, coolest, what it's in the deepest on that thing, and us marry it to, is it upgrading human experience? Is it upgrading paper? Is it replacing something that allows actual interaction time as opposed to just, basic data items? No. So, I think when you ask what's that logical adaptation, or what should the leader be mindful of, my answer is twofold. You have an obligation in the organization to be abreast of what is the latest, but more importantly, you have the scale of justice, the balance on what is the right amount and who's the next benefit. So, not an easy task. I didn't have to solve it, specific advice on it. I wish the best of luck with it. Thank you.
Well, hope everybody feels like they learned a little bit. You guys are amazing. Maybe going out on your own little podcasts, I can see here. We're fortunate to have both of you in our community as leaders. Thank you for spending some time and dropping a lot of knowledge on us this morning. And I appreciate soccer reference as well as tying all that together with fun levels. Thank you on behalf of everybody in the room. Let's give these guys a great round of applause.